Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to change the oil in the Subtrans oil in a Honda Pioneer 1005. This is a kit off of Amazon. It comes with 2 gallons of oil. It comes with your new oil filters, your crush washers, and the O-rings that go under the oil filter covers. I'm going to let the machine run for about 5 minutes, and while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and get my tools out that I'm going to need for this job. So I got a little 3/8 ratchet set here. I got a 12 millimeter wrench and a 17 millimeter wrench. All drain bucket, a couple little rags and an all pad, and a little funnel right there. And okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is lay down right here and take a little nap. There's 3 different things you gotta drain right here. This is one, that's a 12 millimeter. This is the one for your Subtrans right there. This is a 17 millimeter. Kind of hard to see that one. And then there's one more. It's the 3rd one right here. Okay, so 12 millimeter here. 12 millimeter here. Okay. So 1, 2. And then your Subtrans is up here in the front. Right here, this is your Subtrans. All right, so let's go ahead and bust them loose. All right, I'll let that one drain down a little bit. This next one I'm gonna do is on an angle, so I'm gonna wait for this one to get down all the way, and then I'll do this next one. Like I said, you got 3 spots you got to drain oil from if you're gonna do engine oil, and then if you're gonna do the sub, there's 3 different drains you got to take loose here. This was the first one. This one's right here. This is the second one, and then this is the Subtrans up here in the front. Go ahead and bust that second one loose. It's good to not miss the bucket when you do that. All right, so once that's finished draining, go ahead and replace these washers on the 2 drain plugs. And I don't know if you really need to do this every time, but if they send them to you, go ahead and change them out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these 2 back in and tight. Keep in mind too, this plug that's all the way in the back is on an angle. So if you think you're trying to put it in straight, you will cross thread it. All right, get that tight. Take your wrench for this one. Good and tight. All right, we'll go ahead and do this 17 millimeter for the Subtrans. Go ahead and clean up any oil that's sitting on the skid pan and under the engine. That way your buddies don't come over and see oil all over the ground and try to talk you into buying a Polaris. All right, come and bust the Subtrans all drain loose right now. You can see this all, I don't really think this all changes colors too much because it doesn't really get hot. But if you got the oil to change, you go ahead and do it. All right, once that Subtrans is finished draining, you can go ahead and get your oil drain plug back in here. I did change that crush washer out on this 17 millimeter plug. So we'll go ahead and tighten that up, and then we're gonna move on to the oil filters. Okay, so the drain plugs are back in and tight. We'll go ahead and lift the dump bed. That'll give you just a little bit more room so you can come over here and you can change these 2 filters. It looks like 8 or 10 millimeter. We'll go ahead and pop these off. 10 millimeter socket for these 2 oil filter covers. And look, I'm just gonna do everything one at a time. So we'll do this filter, we'll tighten it back up, and then we'll do this next one. Be careful not to drop this spring. We'll go get a little needle nose and take that out. New one. New filter right here. And I got an O-ring for the cover. All right, let's get it together. All right, once you get that old filter out and you get that little housing cleaned up, go ahead and put in your new filter. Keep in mind, you do have to put this a certain way because the spring is gonna sit in there. It says it on here. Spring towards filter cover, outside. So it goes just like this. Get that in, go ahead and put the spring back in. Already changed the O-ring on the cover, so we'll go ahead and pop that back in place. All right, got this filter cover good and tight. Go ahead and move on to this next one. Uh-oh. Alrighty, pull that spring out. There's your filter. We're gonna clean this up and we'll put the new one in. We got it all cleaned up. Go ahead and put this new filter in. You can see outside towards filter cover. And then I'm gonna put the spring. I'm gonna put the spring right here. Talk about hard to do, to try to hold your phone to film in one hand and work on something with the other. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and get these snugged up, and then I'll show you how to fill the oil in the sub-trans. Alright, that upper oil cover is tight. Let's come back and check it. Alright, so both of these covers are tight, sub-trans and engine. Now we're going to move on to filling the engine oil, and then we'll do the sub-trans after. Under this flap right here, then they got it's written right here, it says all level check only, no fill. So this is where you're going to check the oil. The fill is under here, so I got to get this out. I hadn't really found a tool to get these little things out, these little like plastic rivets. I ain't really found a tool that works that great yet. I got a little pick here. I'm gonna try to just get them all out with this little pick. So I got one more on the other side. All right, pop that off. And there's your oil fill right there. Go ahead and take this off. The manual says that the engine oil takes 6.8 gallons, so This is 1 gallon here. We'll go ahead and pour this whole thing, and about half of the second one, and a little bit more than half, and we'll go ahead and start checking it. All right, that's 1 gallon down. Go ahead and put about half of the second jug in there, and we'll start checking it. A little bit more. Alrighty, that's good enough. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna go ahead and do the sub-trans, and then after we're finished, I'll crank the bike up, let it run for about 5 minutes or so, recheck this, and add if I need to. To get to the sub-trans fill plug, you gotta take the seat off. A little latch right here. Pull up. Capri Sun straw. Them kids will do that to you. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up real quick before I pull this off. I don't want all this stuff to get on top of the motor. So move your seat belts out the way. Pull this little flap back. So just gonna move it all the way. Okay, so this is your sub-trans fill right here. We'll go ahead and take that loose, add to it, and then we'll check it. The sub-trans takes about 1.5 quarts, so I'm just gonna add and check. All right, check that and see where we at. Okay, it don't look like we're on a dipstick. We have to add some more. Alrighty, you can see that. That looks like a good level. We're a little bit more than halfway on the dipstick. I'm happy with it. I'm gonna check it one more time, and then we'll put it back on and crank this bike up. Let it run, and we can check the engine off. Go ahead and put all your little plastic covers back on. This is probably the most time-consuming part about these bikes, is taking all the little rivets and plastic pieces off before you actually do the job. I'm gonna go ahead and secure all this and get the seat back on, and we'll crank it up, and we'll go ahead and recheck that all in the engine. All right, I got the seat back on. I got all the oil caps back where they go. I'm gonna come crank this bike up. I'm gonna leave this off because if I need to add more oil to it, I don't want to have that back on and I gotta take it back off again. So I'm gonna come crank the bike up. And what I'm also going to do right now is reset the oil maintenance record. Okay, to reset your oil maintenance light, you got to have the bike in the on position, and then hold down this reset button right here and turn the key off. Let's see if I can go ahead and do this. Okay, hold your hand on it. Turn the key back on. And then we should happen, okay, that little light is blinking. Let's see, I saw it flash. And that's it. When that little wrench light blinks, that's gonna show up right here. That's it. So now we know we're good. We can go ahead and crank the bike up. Let it run for about 5 minutes. Recheck our oil level here, and if we're good, that'll be a wrap. All right, it's been a little while. Bike been running. I'm gonna go ahead and kill it. Come check the oil level. Put you down for a second. It's actually a little bit low, so I'm gonna go ahead and add. I did have to add a little bit of oil, so I went ahead and addressed that. Oil level looks good now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the cap back in, close the dump bed, and we should be good to go. I'll come back probably this evening after we go ride and just check it again, make sure I don't have to do anything else to it. But that's gonna be it for this video. So thanks for watching, and if you like stuff like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and we'll post more stuff. Thank you.